So we talk about this fish for a minute, just for a second. Here's the cool thing about this fish. This fish was a punishment, but it was also an act of grace by God. And here's how it is. Punishment. I don't know how many of you go to Petco. Do this experiment. Tonight at Taco Bell if you want, or tomorrow when you got school. Go to Petco. Okay? That's where the pets go. So go there. So go to Petco. Go to the back of Petco. In the back right corner is where they have their fish, unless they've moved them since then. Or go to Walmart on Parker Road, and where they have fish there by the farm and garden section. And walk over by the fish, and you will notice a distinct funk. Okay? Fish have a distinct smell. Okay? Paige and I had an aquarium. She had an aquarium when she lived with her parents. Her and I had a big aquarium for a couple of years when we first got married. We didn't clean the aquarium because we were lazy with it. We didn't clean the aquarium. We couldn't see the fish anymore. Like, I think there's fish in there, but I'm not sure because the water's green. So Tom got to clean it and see if they're still alive. We would decide to do that, and we would sacrifice, and we would go in that bathroom, and we would pour that water out. It was gagging. Water's going out. I was like, yeah, there's a fish. We rescued it, put it in the toilet, and swim around while we're cleaning the stuff up. And stuff. But when you're doing that, listen, fish have a distinct smell. Imagine, if you don't believe me, go buy a 25-cent goldfish at Petco, take it home, set it on your dresser. Not in water, just out, on your dresser. Just let it sit there. It'll die for 10 minutes or so, and it'll die. Now listen. And then don't touch it for a few days. And then when your parents come in the room, like, what is that smell? So I'm just talking like Jonah. I just want to relate. Because listen, it's going to stink up your room, okay? One of the best pranks I've ever pulled on anybody is this. You are never allowed to do this with me, or I'll pack my bags and I'll leave the church, okay? I'll find a youth group that loves me. All right, listen. One of the best pranks I ever played, we were in high school, and this guy named Stephen, I used to hang around with me and Stephen and Jason. And so Stephen worked at Dairy Queen, and I got an employee, I went to the drive-thru, got an employee to give me his keys to his car. We had his keys to his car, but before we had his keys to his car, Parable did a lot of fish farms. So we went to this fish farm, and I walked in, I said, I want to buy a catfish. And they had live fish right there, and he said, well, like fillets, it's not a live catfish. And he's like, are you going to tell me last? He's like, how many? I was like, just one catfish. Together, got a couple bucks, took this one live catfish and some duct tape. Went back to Stephen's car, Dairy Queen. We pulled his car around the corner until we couldn't see what we were doing. I got in his trunk, and I duct taped this catfish between the speakers in his trunk where you couldn't see it. Okay? So it was alive. It was dead by the time we got done duct taping it up there. So this dead fish, okay, is duct tape inside. Now listen, it's summer, okay? So it's going to get hot, all right? So we take his car, we pull it back. He gets off work a few hours later. He calls us after work. He says, would y'all put some stinky stuff in my car? Now, you understand, this is like hours later, okay? 4 days later. He can't even get in his car because he gets eaten by vomits. His windows are down, it's middle of summer. He's almost puking. His dad's having a fit because he thinks we've sprayed some stuff in his car to ruin his car. And his dad's like, I'll never be able to sell this car again, and all this stuff. And it was the funniest thing we ever did. Because they had no idea what that fish was. We had to show them. We said, go in your trunk. And you open his trunk, and you almost passed out when you open his trunk. And it's this dead fish, and so now the duct tape's sort of hanging down. It's bad news. But here's the thing. That's probably about as close to the belly of the fish as I want to get. Is a whiff in his car back in the late 90s. But I was going to tell you, listen, fish, the smell of fish is gross. And it's disgusting. And that's what Jonah was. Listen, that's punishment. You having to sit there, having to deal with that, that's punishment. That was also an act of grace because that fish saved Jonah from drowning. Jonah most likely would have drowned, even if the sea would have calmed down. The chance of him actually swimming to shore and making it that far, depending on whether they're on the lake, might have been pretty slim to none. So by the fish taking it's an act of grace that saved his life. And here's the biggest thing that fish did. It gave Jonah time to reflect. Reflection is often the motive behind God's punishment. Okay? Reflection is often the motive behind God's punishment with you. And God wants you to think about what you've done. How many of you when you were kids, even maybe some of this day, and you get in trouble by your parents, and you have to go to timeout, they say, I want you to go and think about what you did. And once you went, we do the same thing with Chloe. She's 4 years old. When I send her to timeout, I said, you sit in here and you think about what you did. And then I'll go back in there a few minutes later and I'll say, have you thought of what you've done? She'll say yes, and she'll repeat back what she messed up on. I'll say, okay, let's do better, and let's go, and we go leave the living room, go back, watch the TV or eat dinner, whatever it is we're doing. But reflection is often the purpose of punishment. Because God wants us to reflect on how we messed up. Where we dropped the ball. Where we've done things wrong. So when Jonah is 3 days inside the dough to fish, chances are he didn't get cell phone service. His iPod probably died pretty quick. He didn't have a whole lot of stuff to do. He's like, hey, my Game Boy's not working anymore. What do I do now for the next 72 hours, all this stuff? He's got a lot of time just to sit and think. Because he's also thinking, this fish anytime I'm in its belly, it could, like these stomach acids could begin to digest me and I could die. And this is how I'm spending the last of my life. And it's like, I can imagine he's thinking, you know what? If I'd have just gone to Nineveh. I'm 2,000 miles away from where I want to be, or where God told me to be. I just should have gone to Nineveh. And if I'd have been there, and all these thoughts begin to come in Jonah's head, and I begin to hear him barter with God. Say, God, if you'll just get me out of this belly. God, if you'll just give me the hookup this time. And God, I promise, I'll turn back to you, God. I promise, I'll be back with you. So how does this apply? How does this apply to our life today? And I think it's like this. I think a lot of times that we're a lot like Jonah. And you might say, well, listen, I don't ever remember God ever coming to me and saying, Senator Pitts, I want you to go to Anticamp. And I want you to preach against Anticamp, their great sin, tomorrow at lunch. And tell them all the ways they have sinned. If they don't turn back from me, I will send MacArthur to invade them and kill them all. And you will be taken over by another school. And we'll have MacArthur beat campus, and you will be no more. And so that's just, you might think, listen, God's never done that. That's silly, it's stupid. But listen to me. God has spoken to every single one of us. All right, listen. God speaks to us today through the Bible. That's how He speaks to us, through His Word. And He gives us command after command after command after command in ways that we can follow Him, in ways that we can show Him love, in ways that we can have a relationship with Him. And that's what God wants us to do today. God wants us to obey the commands in His Word. You might say, what do those look like? I put down 3 of them. Okay, there's on the screen. I just want you to see these 3. And here they are. All right, Matthew 7:1. You think about these. Do not judge, or you too will be judged. I'm not asking if you're judgmental by nature, because all you raise your hands, myself included. Okay, if you didn't, then you're lying. Then you're lying. That's another sin. Okay. Matthew 5:44 says this. But I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Okay. If I'm just guessing, probably you'd have a hard time telling about the last person that you prayed for that's an absolute jerk to you 24/7. Probably not going to happen. Okay? It probably happens for everyone. It's God's Word. It's what God says to do. Think about this. Ephesians 6:1. I know you struggle with this. Children, obey your parents and Lord, for this is right. I quote this verse to Chloe all the time. I do. I quote it because I want to memorize it. I memorized it at 15 years old. Listen to me. Over and over and over again, God gives us commands. God gives us ways that we can obey Him, that we can show Him love, that we can go forward. That's what God wants us to do. That's how God wants us to obey Him in the Bible. And here's my challenge tonight. Jason is going to come up in just a moment, and we're going to have a time limitation. And here's my challenge tonight. Some of you are running from God. You're running. God says, I want you to do this, and God will come up. And you're doing the direct opposite. You're doing the direct opposite of what God wants you to do. And you know what? For some of you, it's time to stop. It's time to stop running. And so, you know what? I'm tired of running. I'm tired of trying to get away from God. And I just need to, I need to make it right tonight. And if I can help you with that, I'd love to. And I'd love to help you with that. I'd love to help you how you can figure that out. Some of you don't have a relationship with Christ at all. And you feel like God's been calling you, and you feel like God's been trying to reach out to you, and God wants to have a relationship with you, and God wants that, and God's been pursuing you. But as much as God has pursued you, you ran the other way. You said, no, I don't. God, if I become a Christian, I'll give up too much. I'll change my lifestyle, I'll change this and change that. And so you're going the other direction. We're going to dim the lights, and Jesse is going to play and sing a song in just a few minutes. And what I want to do in the next few minutes is just give you an opportunity to respond. And if you've been running from God, this is a great opportunity to come. Come down here, maybe down front, the front of the stage, next to the altar. Just come down front and just say, God, I'm tired of running. I'm stopped. I'm done. And I want to get over to you at this point. If you need to talk to me or one of our adults, we want to have you talk with you. If you need to give your life to Christ, if you've never done it before, hey, we'd invite you to awesomely to do that as well. So, wouldn't know those lines say that Jessica's going to play and sing through stuff. If I can help in any way, I love you. So I just want to ask you right now, just close your eyes and bow your heads, and just use the next few minutes to really focus on how God's going to speak to you.